All right, everybody, welcome back to Barbells and Burnouts. It's been a minute. It's been a year for us, but we are back, okay? So this is a review that's been a year in the making. So many things have been going on. We are finally doing a review with my buddy Kyle here and his beautiful, beautiful, I'll say Ford Mustang, because you guys can see, but it's a special type of Mustang. You want to tell them about it?
It is, yeah. So this is a 2018 Shelby GT350. It's not the R, but it is number 6 off the production line for 2018. Came in this lovely Orange Fury Metallic, which is a 2-year run. They did in 2018, 2019, and the minute I saw it, I fell in love with it.
It is a beautiful, beautiful color. Every time I see it, it just pops to me, right? So do you want to tell everybody a little bit about your back history, about your experience with cars, how you got into them, a little bit like that?
Sure. So, you know, I always tell everybody I'm not really a Mustang guy, but I've actually had 3 in a row, so I mean, it's up for debate, I guess. But it all started, I guess, with my dad. When I learned to get my first owner's permit, he had a 92 Mustang GT, and I got into imports because he got into imports first, and came back around and decided I wanted to play something that was rear-wheel drive. And a buddy of mine had a 95 Mustang with some work done to it, and $2,500. I said, that sounds like a fun project to play with and get my feet wet.
Yeah.
Played with that for 4 or 5 years, did about all the bolt-ons you could possibly do to that thing, and then said, you know what, the next thing on my bucket list is I want something to make some horsepower.
Yeah. Well,
easiest thing to do, I thought, was go buy a new Shelby GT500 at the time. And as everybody knows, that just a little bit of work to those, you can make some big numbers. So by the time I was done with that, we'd done a blower swap on it and made about 660 at the wheels, and that was pretty respectable. But I then made the mistake of going down to the Porsche Atlanta driving experience and reminded myself how much fun it is to be in a car that'll actually turn a corner, and that old girl didn't want to do that. Yeah, it's more of a straight line thing. Yeah, absolutely. So I started shopping the markets. These things were getting amazing reviews, and after all those Mustang memes, I really wasn't that keen to get back into another one, but here we are. It just turned out, and the thing won me over the minute I turned the key on and took it for its first drive. So
that sounds amazing. So what have you done to the GT350 so far?
Sure. So unlike the Shelby GT500, I left the engine alone on this one. Ford did a hell of a job. I mean, 8,000 RPM is just a lovely noise in this car. And they'd done such a good job with the handling that there wasn't really a lot to improve. But there's always room for improvements across the board if you look hard enough. So this car's got some Ford racing upgrades, springs, sway bars, and then it's got some additional suspension bracing mods from Steeded, a company down in Valdosta, Georgia. So try to keep it kind of local when I'm supporting companies if I can.
Yeah.
Put a little bit wider wheels. These are 11 and 11.5 inch, which is what comes on the GT350R.
Yeah.
So that put me on 305s and 325s, so a lot of rubber on the road. She's not the skinniest girl at 3,700 pounds, so all the rubber you can get down there always helps when it comes to diving up into the mountains here in North Georgia.
It's a good contact line. I'm glad that you said that. So you said that the car is specifically for what, up in North Georgia?
Yeah, so that's where I have the most fun with it. I've got some plans to get her out on track this year. I've actually just picked up a new helmet up at Atlanta Motorsports Park last weekend. So we're getting ready to get her out on track and let her go where she's destined to live. But up until this point, she's mainly been back roads and up in those gorgeous, North Georgia mountains up around Helen and everything, and she just absolutely loves it up there.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I know for a fact, well, the first time we did it, we had fun, rolling up there in the car. So everybody, just to let you guys know, Kyle is an SCCA instructor. Kyle has taken corners that me in the S2000, you guys have seen me drive the S2000 sometimes. He took a corner one time, that S corner, and I was like, oh wow, I'm not in a novice's car. This is not a novice driver. You want to tell everybody kind of about that experience that you have?
No, yeah, so we've put some time in the past, worked with the SCCA region doing autocross, did a lot of drivers training for some of the teenage drivers up there. It also helps coach some people up, through some of the competitive driving up there. So it's been a great time. Love my past history, and kind of fell out of it a little bit. And over the last, I'd say 10-15 years, kind of realized I kind of want to get back into it a little bit again. So looking to jump into that now that the pandemic's kind of wrapping up here. and those events are starting to open back up.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, well, I guess let's figure out what the car kind of actually rolls like. So let's jump in.
That sounds good, man. Let's do it.
All right, everybody. So we're here rolling in the GT350.
Yeah, rolling in our 5.2. It's not quite the same, but you know, it's close.
That's fine. The 5.0 the Coyote's a great motor, but this Voodoo is so amazing to me. Like, honestly, out of all of the engines, I think that the Voodoo to me is one of like the top that Ford has ever made, because that red line is just amazing to have with flat plane.
It is something special. I don't know who convinced them that they should actually produce this, but we'll load it in those meetings.
Yeah, he needs a raise. Yes, I think. Yes.
Let's see if we can find some corners here.
Just sits when you want it to sit, and that's so amazing for a car that's so heavy. Like, it did not give you any, I mean, there was maybe one kind of flick that it gave,
Yeah,
but like, it didn't, for a car this heavy, you would not expect it to just plant the way it just did.
no, and that's what's so special, that a magnetic ride suspension that they've got. I know that other manufacturers have it too, obviously, but boy, the way that they've built this one, it is just something else. The way it controls the weight of this vehicle, no matter what you do to throw it around.
Yeah, because you weren't nice to it just now, but
And you don't have to be.
it really loved that, which is beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and what's great is, you know, we're only on like the kind of the middle stiffness setting, so you know, we're on public roads a little bit here, so it's still not going to be the smoothest thing, but you know, when you get out on track, you can actually dial it up that one more notch stiffer to give you even more body control. So when you're diving through the S-curves there, coming through Road Atlanta, or you know, winding around the back half of Atlanta Motorsports Park, you know, I've been at some friends of mine who've got these cars on track and ridden it as a passenger in their vehicles, and it is amazing how well a 3,700-pound car can get tossed between those corners.
Yeah.
And it acts like it weighs far less than it actually does.
Yeah.
No, she's a beautiful toy. I'm always happy to share and give people experiences, and hopefully this lets some of your viewers at least get a little idea of what it's like.
Definitely. It's really fun. The fact that it can just go, and there's no, like, we didn't hear any complaints from the tires, and you know, that might be upgraded to tires, and you know, making sure the suspensions and everything is right and everything, but still the fact that, like we're saying, all this weight, you just hit a corner, and like, normal Mustangs would have rolled into that, and you might have had a lot of trouble coming in, but it just went and it rolled through it, and it just continued through it. So that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
No, they've done a hell of a job with it, man.
So I appreciate for the review, man. Dude, definitely. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Like I said, been a long time coming since we tried this the first time around.
Yeah,
so.
like, it's like a year and some change, man. I lost my hard drive, got messed up, lost most of the footage. I think we just have audio from it. Really.
It's a little bit of something out there probably, but
definitely. But guys, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Check out his Instagram, Flat Plane Fury. Go show some likes, show some love. You know, check out the rest that he does with it. And the channel, are you still doing the channel with that?
Channels, yeah, I need to do more with it. I think once I get out on track, we'll try and get a little more action up there. But right now, I think there's one about a 35-minute long video, just me and one of my other buddies up there just tearing up the mountains in North Georgia, having a hell of a time. So
I mean, hey,
if you want to go check it out, check it out. There's a link on my Instagram profile, so hop over from there and you'll get a chance to watch it.
I'll put in the link for this, the description for this as well. All right, so I'll see you guys later. All right.